Hi everyone, welcome to Dinosaur Life, a place where we live life to the fullest. It has been a while, but I have been thinking about this channel. I took a break because I bought a house, got a new job, lots of things going on, but I'm so happy to be back here with you. And I have a full lineup for us. It's gonna be a good next few weeks. Today, in the spirit of taking breaks, we're gonna talk about rest. There is this amazing TED Talk, you should go watch it, by Saundra Dalton Smith, and it's about the 7 types of rest. That's right, 7 types of rest. You thought there was only one. A lot of us, when we think of rest, we think of physical rest, like sleep, right? And I don't know if you ever had this where you get 8, 9, 10 hours of sleep and you still don't feel rested. Like, what's up with that? What's up with that is maybe you're getting the wrong type of rest. Maybe you're just getting physical rest, and there's these 6 other types of rest that your body and mind might need. So today I want to talk about those, reflect on them, and we will do a little bit of resting ourselves. Grab your pen, your journal, and let's go. So the first thing we will do is just title our paper, and while you are doing that, I want to read you this quote from Saundra's TED Talk. Rest is the most underused, chemical-free, safe, and effective alternative therapy. I love that. Personally, I try and stay on the more natural sides of health, using exercise and rest and good food to keep myself healthy. And I just love how she calls out these 7 types of rest as a chemical-free, safe, effective alternative therapy. So just wanted to leave you with that. Now let's get started. Our first type of rest we are going to talk about, we have 7. They are mental, spiritual, emotional, social, sensory, creative, and physical. And don't worry, we will go through all of them. 3 minutes on each is what we're going to be doing today. So first up is mental. Mental rest is taking a break from cognitive demands like intaking information, or one that I like to think about is decision making. I used to be a teacher, and I have a lot of friends who are teachers, and teachers on average make 1,500 decisions a day, and that is incredibly taxing on your brain. So it's really important to take some time to just let your brain relax and not have to make decisions or consume information, analyze information. So let's take a few minutes here to reflect on your mental rest. I'll put a few questions on the screen here, but let's just think about, am I mentally rested right now? What do I like to do to mentally rest? How can I reduce the decisions that I need to make in the day so that I keep my brain healthy and energized? second type of rest is spiritual rest. As human beings, we need to have like a sense of purpose in life. We need to feel connected to the greater world and community and nature somehow in order to really feel at peace. And when we don't take the time to do that, it can really drain our spiritual energy and we don't feel spiritually rested or at peace. So for this one, my questions for you are, am I taking time to find spiritual rest? How do I find spiritual rest? And what helps me feel like a sense of purpose or helps me feel really connected with the world? Third is emotional rest. If we spend too much time in intense emotions on either side of the spectrum, if like intense joy or surprise or intense sorrow or anger, that is so draining. And I know we have all been there. This one's interesting, I think, because we all deal with our emotions in different ways and find rest in different ways. I think for some of us, it's letting them go, like letting them just be and feeling them. And for some of us, it's talking to a friend that understands or a therapist. So I think it'll be really interesting. I think we'll all have really different reflections for this one. My questions for you are, what emotions are you feeling today? How do you like to find emotional rest and take care of yourself? fourth is social rest. And I do not need to explain this one to introverts because y'all are like, yeah, I know. I'm an extrovert, so sometimes I forget that I need social rest, and I find it always like catches me off guard. I'm like, I think I need to take a break from people. But it's not just about taking breaks from being social. Actually, social rest can be moving from like really socially intensive situations that use a lot of your social energy to more restorative social situations. So like hanging out with a really good friend or someone who's really supportive can be a way of getting social rest. So are you feeling socially rested today? What brings you peace, or who brings you social peace? What of your friends are really supportive and really fulfill that need for you? So we're a little over halfway through in our journal session today, and I wanted to break it up with a quote. I'm going to mess up this name, and I'm sorry, but the quote is from Alex Soojung Kim Pang, who wrote a book about rest. And here's what he has to say. Rest is not this optional leftover activity. Work and rest are actually partners. They are like different parts of a wave. You cannot have highs without lows. I love a good nature metaphor. Our fifth type of rest is actually a really big one, although I think it gets forgotten about a lot, which is sensory rest. And y'all already know what I'm hinting at here. With all the screens and speakers and things in our life, we get sensory overload a lot more than I think we realize. Think about like, when was the last time you sat in silence? How many of your activities, like work and resting, or even like going out to eat, you have a screen somewhere in the room or in front of you, and we carry our screens with us all the time. This guy, I got a new iPhone 12, everyone. Upgraded my 6 to a 12. So yeah, I just think that sensory rest is a huge one, and I'm so happy that it comes up in today's journal session. So let's think about, do you feel sensory rested lately? What helps you get sensory rest, and maybe what detracts from your sensory rest? The sixth type of rest is a really fun one. It's creative rest. I love creativity, just the whole concept of it. I love studying creativity as a skill and trying to become a more creative person. But creativity can be very draining, right? When you're in the zone being creative, that is so much mental energy most of the time. So sometimes we do need to take a break from it or engage in the right types of activities. This is kind of like, I think there's like a common theme here. There's like, you can take a break from the activity in order to get rest, but sometimes you can also transition into draining activities, from draining activities to restorative activities. So like sometimes our work requires a lot of creativity, but maybe it's not that energizing for us. And then it might be restorative to express your creativity in something that really brings you a lot of energy, like maybe art or music. So some questions for this one are, how is your creative energy right now? Let's reflect. What drains your creative energy? And what inspires your creative energy? Last type of rest, y'all. What is it? We all know what it is. Physical rest. This is what we typically think of when we think of rest. And it is so important to get your sleep. And it's not only about quantity, but also about quality. So in this section, let's reflect, how many hours of sleep are we getting, honestly? And also, what's the quality of this sleep? And what can we do to maybe improve the quality of our sleep? And those are the 7 types of rest. I've been thinking about it ever since I watched that TED Talk, and I'm really happy to share it with you. Before we go, I would love to take some rest together. We're going to take a little bit of mental rest and sensory rest. So I'm going to turn off the music, I'm going to put up a black screen, and I would love for y'all just to close your eyes and sit and breathe with me and kind of let your mind go blank. And we'll just take some time to rest and kind of get away from all the things that drain some of our mental and sensory energy. Thanks so much for returning to my channel and being here with me today. I'm so excited for all the videos that I have planned for you, and I hope that you will join me next week for another journal with me. See you later.